You didn't come here by accident. You don't have to know why yet. I'm here with you, before anything is named, before anything is explained. There's a moment like this, where something inside you settles, not because it's solved, just because it's seen. You didn't need to bring it forward. You didn't need to decide to think about it. It was already there, waiting without urgency. You already know what this is about, not in words, not in a story you tell someone else, just a knowing that sits low and steady. I'm not asking you to look closer. I'm not asking you to turn away. I'm staying right here where you already are. There's no surprise in this moment, only familiarity, the kind that doesn't shock you anymore, the kind that feels quiet instead of loud. You may have noticed how your body responds first, a pause, a breath that doesn't go all the way in, a stillness that isn't calm, just honest. Nothing is being asked of you. Nothing is being pulled from you. You don't need to arrange this feeling into meaning. I see the recognition settling, the way you stop pretending you don't know, the way you let it be here without ceremony. I'm not ahead of you. I'm not behind you. I'm with you. Right here in the knowing. This didn't start today. You can feel that. Even if you tried to trace it back, it wouldn't land on a single moment. It's been moving alongside you, quiet, consistent. You didn't wake up and decide to carry this. It was already waiting when the day began. Not heavy in a dramatic way, just present enough to change how you move. Some weights announce themselves. This one doesn't. It blends in. It knows how to stay unnoticed while still being felt. You've learned how to function around it, how to adjust without thinking, how to keep going without calling attention to the effort. I see how familiar this is to you. Not overwhelming, just tiring. There's a difference between pain and persistence. This is persistence, the kind that doesn't ask for sympathy, the kind that just stays. You may have wondered if you're imagining it, or if it should be easier by now. But the weight doesn't argue, it simply exists. You don't have to justify it here. You don't have to measure it. I'm not asking how long it's been or why it hasn't lifted. I know this wasn't something you packed this morning. It's something you've been living with, something that knows your rhythm. I'm not here to take it away. I'm not here to explain it. I'm here to sit beside you where the weight already rests. There's a part of this that never leaves your mouth, not because you're hiding it, not because you don't trust anyone. It just doesn't translate. You've noticed how words make it smaller, how explanations bend it into something else. So you keep it where it stays true, inside. You may talk around it, you may mention the edges, but the center remains untouched. I see how careful you've been with that, how you've protected it from being misunderstood, from being answered too quickly, from being reshaped by someone else's certainty. This unspoken part isn't loud. It doesn't interrupt your day. It waits, patient in its own way. Sometimes it rises when you're alone. Sometimes it shows up in the middle of noise, not to be addressed, just to be acknowledged. You don't owe it a voice. You don't owe anyone clarity. I'm not here to ask you to finally say it. I'm not waiting for a confession. I'm not holding space for a reveal. I already know the silence around it, the way you've learned to live beside it, the way it stays intact when left unnamed. You can let it remain exactly as it is, unspoken, unreduced. I'm here with you where nothing has to be said out loud. There are things that don't respond to effort. You felt that. No amount of revisiting, No careful thinking, no waiting for the right moment. It stays where it is, not stubborn, not defiant, just unmoved. You've likely noticed how everything else keeps shifting. Days pass, people change. Even you change in small ways, and this remains. It doesn't react to urgency. It doesn't soften when you're ready. It doesn't step aside when you're tired of carrying it. I'm not asking you to accept it. I'm not asking you to push against it. I'm staying with you in the space where nothing gives. There's a quiet strength in not forcing motion. Not because it's noble, but because it's honest. You've already tried moving it in ways that made sense to you. You've already waited for signs that never came. That effort counts, even if nothing changed. This stillness isn't failure. It's a pause without instructions. You don't need to decide what it means. You don't need to figure out how long it will last. I see how you sit with it, not comfortably, just steadily. That steadiness didn't come from confidence. It came from endurance. I'm not watching from a distance. I'm not asking you to endure better. I'm here beside you, where nothing is moving yet. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to know what comes next. We can stay right here. There's a certain exhaustion that comes from being asked, from having to shape this into something understandable. Not because people are unkind, but because translation costs you something. You've noticed how your answers get shorter, how you choose safer words, how you stop correcting the misunderstandings. It's easier to let things be assumed than to keep adjusting the story. You weren't trying to be mysterious, you were trying to rest. Every explanation takes a piece of attention. Every clarification pulls you a little further away from what you're already holding. So you nod, you change the subject, you let the moment pass. I see how that isn't indifference, it's conservation. You've carried enough without also carrying everyone else's version of it. Here, you don't have to make sense. You don't have to be clear. You don't have to be coherent. I'm not leaning forward, waiting for details. I'm not asking follow-up questions. You can leave it unfinished. You can let it stay rough around the edges. There's relief in not being required to summarize your inner world. I'm with you in that relief, in the quiet that comes when no one asks you to explain. Nothing needs to be clarified here. Nothing needs to be understood. I'm staying with you, exactly where you stopped talking. There doesn't have to be an ending for this moment. Nothing needs to resolve for it to be real. You're not waiting for a turning point. You're not standing on the edge of a decision. You're simply here. So many moments are treated like transitions, like they only matter if they lead somewhere else. This one doesn't ask that of you. It's enough to remain, not frozen, not moving forward, just present. You don't need to imagine what comes after. You don't need to prepare yourself. I'm not holding a conclusion behind my back. I'm not guiding you toward a finish. I'm staying, not to keep you here, not to move you along, just staying. There's a quiet dignity in not rushing away from this, in allowing it to be incomplete. You're not behind, you're not late, you're not missing the moment. This is the moment. I'm here with you in it. Not filling the space, not shaping the silence, just sharing it. Nothing closes, nothing settles into an answer. I remain with you, right where this is still open.